Who's there?
It's Russ Weaver.
Who?
Russ Weaver.
Hi, Stacy. I said I can come back another time, okay?
No, come in.
I tried calling first. Your phone was always busy.
Oh. I left it off the hook. Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. I was just on my lunch hour and I thought I'd stop by and, well, I want to let you know that I was thinking a lot about you. I'm very sorry about what happened to your mother.
Sebastian here?
No, sir.
Where'd he go? To lunch?
I believe so, but I'm not sure.
Vicky, I want to apologize about yesterday, the way things all came out.
That's quite all right.
Then you understand that I was just having some feelings of loneliness.
Look,
You know that that's the reason I wanted you to go to dinner with me, and...
I just want to do my job, that's all.
Well, that's fine. Just relax. There's no reason to be edgy. Come on.
Mr. Carruthers, I have a lot of work to do.
Well, I suppose you ought to get to it. Vicky, I do want to see you in my office. Vicky?
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot my steno pen.
Oh, you won't need it.
Look, Mr. Carruthers,
Relax. It's okay.
Anyone here? Oh. Here's your position papers on the National Wildlife Refuge.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Vicky, you really should be covering the reception desk unless you have something important to do with Mr. Carruthers.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Mr. Webster, how nice to see you.
Good to see you, Vicky. Well, how are they treating you here? Everything going along okay?
Everything's fine. It's
Good.
wonderful.
And you be careful you don't get too enamored of politics. You might not want to quit.
I doubt that.
What can I do for you, Mr. Webster?
Excuse me. Mr. Knight, I'm going to check on the envelope stuffers.
Fine. Now, where were we?
Well, I would like
Imagine
to...
that Harold would like to see me, right, Harold?
That's just exactly what I want to do. Yes, sir.
Look, Webster. If you're here to talk about the campaign, fine. But if you're to talk about Kate's murder, I think the Kingsley Homicide Department will be the place for you to go.
Oh, I don't mind speaking to him, Sebastian.
Fine, fine. But how about some other time? You know how busy we are now.
Well, I know, but the man's here. I mean, I don't expect that he's going to want to take up my whole afternoon, do you?
Absolutely not. I got a real busy day myself.
Okay, well, that settles it. You can close the door on your way out then, Sebastian. Have a seat, Harold.
Thank you. Real sorry about Kate.
Well, thank you.
It is appalling, isn't it? Yes, it is. She was a great woman. I think it would probably be impossible to replace her in the community.
Well, thank you, Harold. I doubt that I'll be able to replace her in my life, either.
I'm sure.
Well, it was really a shock to hear about your mother. And if it's any consolation, I know how you feel.
Thank you. Let me see if I can find you a place to sit in all this mess. Would you like some coffee or something?
No, thank you. Please don't go to any trouble.
I haven't been very organized lately.
You shouldn't expect to be. It's rough, I know.
I don't know where my mind is. It's like it's all over the place. You lost your father, didn't you?
Yeah, that's why I know how you feel. Of course, with my dad, you sort of expected it to happen sooner or later, although when it did happen, it wasn't easier to accept, but... Your mom was such a fine person. The shock must be 10 times worse for you.
It's hard.
Probably the hardest thing you'll ever have to deal with. I can tell you, though, life goes on. The pain gets a lot less and a lot less.
How are things at the clinic?
Well, I'm realizing now just what your father goes through every day since he's been gone. The work's tremendous. I don't know how he does it.
One time when I was waiting at the clinic, you said that if I ever needed a listening ear, that you'd be there.
The offer still stands.
Well, I really don't have anything to say. I just thought it was nice of you to offer.
Yeah. As I remember, that was a pretty heavy conversation at the time about loving and losing.
It was?
Yeah, you were surprised that I knew about you and Gil dating, and I had just said goodbye to Marianne.
Do you ever hear from her?
No, not much.
Was it terribly hard for you when she first left?
Well, I guess I was pretty down for a while, but I knew it was the best thing for her that, that we split, and it sort of made things easier for me.
Do you think you'll ever get back together?
No, I don't think so. I care too much about her, but maybe someday I'll explain that all to you.
How do you get over somebody like that?
You don't. Hey, listen to me, huh? I'm doing all the talking here, and that's not what I came over for. Listen, how was your love life? Oh, I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Well, I guess what's so confusing to me is that the night Kate was murdered, she was here in Kingsley, at her daughter's apartment.
At Amber's, yes.
While you were reportedly on your honeymoon.
Well, obviously, we were going to spend more time together as soon as I'd attended to my campaign duties.
Yeah, but that doesn't really clear it up for me, Mr. Carruthers. Where were you?
In Perryville at the Golden Inn. I was to meet regionally with some dairy farmers from the area. The last I saw of Kate was at Avalon Springs Resort. We had planned to continue our honeymoon as soon as I was free, and of course we both knew that that might run into several days. So obviously she either got bored or lonely, just decided to come back here to Kingsley.
Well, then why didn't she just go to her own house?
I don't know, maybe she was just lonesome.
Yeah, maybe. She didn't think it was necessary to call you, let you know that she was going to be leaving Avalon Springs?
Oh, well, now, Harold, Kate was a very thoughtful woman. I'm sure she must have realized that I was editing my speech and didn't want to distract me. Or if she left late, then she probably thought that I was asleep. I'm not sure which. But in any case, I am sure that she would have contacted me the next day right here in Kingsley because she knew that I was supposed to be back in Kingsley then.
Hmm. I see.
Mr. Knight? Hi. Is Vicky in with Mr. Carruthers?
No, try the copy room down the hall.
I did.
Well, you can wait here if you like. I have to step out anyway.
That'd be great, thanks.
You have a visitor.
Perfect timing.
Peter.
Hi. Hi. Hey, I was kind of surprised Mr. Knight's gonna leave me in here with all this top secret campaign stuff.
Don't you worry. He wouldn't leave anything sensitive laying around. It's probably in the computer already.
Right.
I'm glad you came by.
Hey, you're not more glad than I am.
Peter, come on, I need to talk to you about some things.
Hey, we need to talk about a lot of things. We got the wedding announcement. We got the wedding arrangements. We got to find
more
out.
than that.
Okay, well, let's make it a date for Luigi's. Hey, it's great for planning. Great place. It's got candlelight. You got your privacy. You got garlic. Anything
Peter,
you need.
will you
got...
be serious?
Well, Lee, thanks for helping me. Oh, Peter, I don't believe this. You know, we ought to take the same car. We're going the same place all the time.
Don't flatter yourself, Mr. Webster. I'm here to see my fiancée.
Is that right?
That's right.
They do make a real handsome couple, don't they? Well, I gotta go. And, Peter, take it easy, okay?
Sure. Hey, you're gonna get an invitation.
Good, I look forward to it.
I bet.
Harold?
You too, Mr. Crothers.
Oh, well, that's kind of you, Peter. Thank you. Oh, Vicki, I would like to see you in my office in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Nancy, you're just a little depressed because you're still recovering, that's all. Now, don't get that confused with homesickness. Anyway, that place isn't any kind of home for you. No, you need a life of your own, Nancy. Some style, huh? I mean, isn't that what you've always wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my job to see that you get it. And I am going to see that you get it. That you get everything that's coming to you. And more.
Yeah, but is this malpractice suit the only way to get it?
I think I understand what your problem is. You're just a little lonesome. That's all, right? Yeah. Well, that's not incurable, you know. I mean, it's a very simple disease with a very simple remedy. And you're in luck, lady. Because not only am I going to make you rich, but I can also cure your disease. Now, come on, how about a smile? Just one beautiful smile, huh? Look, Nancy, I know you're probably feeling uncomfortable about the lawsuit. And believe me, that is reasonable. I mean, you probably feel like you're turning against your own family and your friends, huh?
I'm just not sure how I feel.
Nancy, the truth is, those people have never been a real family to you. I mean, you think Ben Martin did you this great big favor because he likes you so much? No. Listen, Nancy, let me tell you something about doctors. They're about as personal with their patients as a rock. I mean, Ben Martin would have stopped at the scene of any accident if he thought he could get recognition for it. Yeah, I mean, don't you know that he was mad at the hospital because they wouldn't let him perform surgery anymore? That's right. He used you, Nancy. I mean, he used you to prove a point. He took your own life in his withered hands because he hoped that he would get himself reinstated with the hospital. And he took that risk because in reality, he thought you were dispensable. But you're not, Nancy. No. And he and his whole money-grubbing profession are going to find that out. I'll see to that. Very special person, Nancy. Very special.
I don't want to see anyone.
Okay, I'll take it. Well, Mrs. Mason, we meet again.
Hello, Mr. Myers.
Oh, is that Miriam?
Yes.
Nancy
Hi.
doesn't want to be disturbed right now,
no,
if you don't
that's
mind.
all right. Dan, I'd like to see her.
Thank you.
Well, Nancy, I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
How have you been?
Just fine.
I bet it's just great to be out of the hospital.
Yeah, it is. It's fine.
Something wrong?
No, I'm great.
Nancy. You've been crying.
No, I was laughing, you know? I got laughing so hard that I started to cry. Have you ever done that? Just laugh.
You're not in trouble, are you?
No, everything's fine.
That's good. Yeah, I knew they'd like having you working.
Peter, look, I wish you wouldn't spring that wedding announcement on people like that.
What? Oh, you mean what I said to Mr. Webster? Oh,
Yeah.
come on, that wasn't an announcement. That was, I don't know. That
It was
just...
an announcement.
So what if it was, you know?
Well, it's embarrassing. And kissing me in public all the time. I mean, this is where I work.
That's crazy. Hey, people know we're in love. They know we're gonna get married. Mr. Webster, he's not like he's a stranger. He has a stake in our relationship, getting you out of prison into this job.
That's not the point.
Then what's the point?
Look, I can't talk about it right now. I gotta go into Mr. Carruthers' office.
Hey, yeah, 4 minutes.
Don't you understand? I don't want to talk about it here.
Okay, good. Then it's a date at Luigi's.
I don't know, Peter. Maybe we can go someplace.
Excuse me.
Mr. Carruthers, Peter was just leaving, so I can come in and see you now.
Well, fine. Goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye. Why'd you do that?
Look, I'll explain it to you later.
I wish you would realize how many people really do care for you. They really want you to get well and to be happy.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's true. It just makes me really sad for you to see how determined you really are to go through with this malpractice suit about Ben. I mean, you and Ben should be good friends. After all, the only thing he thought about when he saw you there was the fact your life was endangered, and so he needed to save it. He never stopped to think that his hand was paralyzed.
Well, maybe it isn't paralyzed.
It is, Nancy. It is, at least partially so, and no one understands how Ben could have operated on you, least of all Ben. You know, he says that God did a miracle, a very special one-time miracle, not for Ben, but for Nancy Lawson. Do you want me to get...
No, it must be the maid. I'll get it. I need the exercise anyway.
Hi.
Did you bring her along?
No, I
Hi,
didn't.
Miriam. No, I bet you get a lot of traffic through here, huh?
No.
Babs, come on.
Come on, Nancy. Let bygones be bygones. This is just a friendly visit. I mean, after all, we used to be roommates together over at Ione's.
What do
Tell
you
her, Miriam.
want?
I just came by to see how you were.
I'm fine.
What did you say?
I said I'm fine.
Nancy is doing a lot better.
Yes, I'm doing much better. I'm sure that's what everyone wants to hear, right? Maybe I won't sue, right? That's what they want to hear.
Well, that's not a bad idea, actually. You know, on the way over here, I don't believe it.
Believe what?
Well, when I came in the lobby, there was a fire in the kitchen. And they said they had it all under control, but, gee, I could swear I still smell smoke. Don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe you better
Yeah, I
check
do
out in the
too.
lobby and see.
Yeah.
How is it out there?
You know what? I think it smells stronger out in the hallway here.
We better get out of here.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on, let's go.
Wait.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Babs, let her out of here.
It's all right. The fire's under control. I just want to hear you yell, that's all.
Come on. Oh, she can't yell.
Oh, yes, she can.
Let go. Go.
Let's go. I mean, Miriam.
Thanks for coming. Sure. Catch you later, Gil.
Yeah, Russ. See you.
I think you drove him away.
I didn't drive him away. I didn't do anything.
What did you come here for?
I talked to Peter. He said he stopped by and sort of broke the ice for me.
I'm not in the mood, Gil.
Stacy,
My mother's dead,
I know that.
and I'd appreciate it if you just leave me alone.
Well, before the funeral, you said that...
It doesn't mean anything. I wasn't myself.
Are you being yourself now? Are you being true to yourself now, Stacy?
What do you want from me?
I love you.
And do you think with those 3 little words you're gonna undo what you did to me when you went back to Amber?
No, Stacy, nothing can undo that. It was a lie. You've got to believe me.
Oh, that's great. A self-admitted liar demanding to be believed. Well, I didn't believe you before, and I don't believe you now.
I know how easy it is to say I love you. Believe me, I know. And what I'm asking may be impossible. But Stacy, if you have the slightest bit of love left for me, even the slightest glimmer, I'm asking you to bank on that. Take a chance on me, Stacy, and I'll never disappoint you again. I gave up the most important thing in my life when I left you, and I knew that. But I just didn't know what to do. My back was up against the wall. I did it because I thought it was the best thing for you. And my heart wanted to hold you close for the rest of my life. But my conscience said no. Let her go. Let her fall in love again. And my heart still wants to hold you close. Stacy, give our love a chance. Please.
Open the door! Oh my God!